Let's get into this week's Tour Confidential bonus topic. The Tour heads to Doral this week, but the question is, should they stay there? Josh, the PGA Tour indicated a few months ago that they might actually be open to the idea of looking into other venues for the World Golf Championship that is currently played at Doral. Would that be a good call? Of course, this is all stemming from the association with Donald Trump and his, politically divisive comments of late.
I've been no great fan of some of Trump's comments of late. At the same time, I'm always hesitant when you start mingling sports and politics and you start going down that road, you enter a pretty slippery slope. I mean, if you start looking really closely at some of the associations that golf has overseas, with some regimes overseas, you start to wonder, well, should golf be there? And I guess if you start going that route, you have to ask, where does it end? I'm a little hesitant to see the game go down that route of mingling golf and politics so openly.
And Sean, in Donald Trump's defense, the man is trying to grow the game, right? He is investing in golf. He's buying golf courses for better or for worse in some people's opinions, but he's out there and he is trying to bring publicity and attention to the game of golf.
Yeah, he definitely is, and he's done some great things, as you said, and one of those great things was taking on Doral and actually making it to a more difficult golf course, probably a better golf course that players enjoy playing. But the guy has done a little bit too much, in my book, in my opinion, over the past year. He's made some very racist comments throughout the past year, some sexist comments, and it just doesn't make sense at times for the PGA Tour to let someone like Donald Trump represent one of their most important tournaments. His name is emblazoned all over Doral, and a lot of times we talk about Trump being such a big part of that tournament, the WGC Cadillac.
That's certainly a good point, Sean. And Josh, I also have to wonder, too, if in fact the Tour leaves Doral, what does that do to the city of Miami? Obviously, the tournament brings in a lot of money to the surrounding area. You have to wonder about the kind of trickle-down effect of what a decision like this could mean.
Yeah, at the same time, tournaments come and go from places all the time. Venues change. And so, it's not fixed in stone where you hold the tournament. There certainly are other great venues. I think the question, it's sort of a balance between public relations and ethics, and then you get into a complex moral argument about who you associate with. You have all sorts of muddy area where golf currently operates, and it's not an easy decision. I think a lot of it is going to hinge on whether Trump actually wins the election or not.
That's a great point, Josh, because as our colleague Gary Van Sickle mentioned also in the email roundtable of Tour Confidential, if in fact Donald Trump is president of the United States, you might not necessarily want to separate from him at this point.
Yeah, he's a public figure, and like we said, he's done a lot of good things for the game, but he seems to be kind of teetering on the edge of whether or not he's going to be great for the game moving forward in, like Josh said, a public relations sense.